All right. We are going live. We're live. Hey, bingo. How's it going, people? So good to be back live again. I know I had mentioned I'd been ill for a while. I don't really want to talk about that. It was, everybody's been ill. We've all had experiences. Except before we get into the topic that I listed, I did want to mention that, you know, uh, the last 2 years, everybody's been focused on COVID and on illness of one sort or another, and a strain here and a vax there, um, and it's no wonder that we end up getting sick because if we were paying attention to any media, we're sort of surrounding ourselves with that, and so I just want to make mention to you regarding this. This is a new year and a new opportunity to think things a little bit differently. And I'm sorry that my glasses are reflecting the computer screen. But anyway, um, so that being the case, it would behoove us to focus more on areas of health and well being and thinking in terms of, not what's going on around and not what illness is coming or going, but more on how do I take care of myself? How do I make sure that I feel healthy and I'm focused on things that keep me healthy? I'm getting enough sleep. I'm eating foods that encourage my body to build its immune system. I'm doing the things that I need to do to stay well. And my focus is on wellness, not on illness. So, hey, it's a new year, good opportunity to start something new. And I would challenge you and behoove you to do this. Just focus on your wellness and focus on things that make you feel good. So, um, just want to throw that out there because it's interesting experience being ill and being awakened and sort of experiencing that from the I am, which is what I am going to talk about a little bit. Hey, by the way, I'm going to type in here. Hello. You can type any comments. I can see them here on this live broadcast or anything that comes up that you want to mention or want to talk about. Feel free. So, oh, also, real quick, just a maintenance thing. If you, I'm going to do a lot more live broadcasts. I've decided this year, and so if you click that little bell on my channel, if you're a subscriber, it'll let you know when I come up live. So that's not a lot of warning. But if you want to know, I usually schedule these things a day before. And if you're on my mailing list, I send an email out with a little link. So when it comes up, you can click the link and just go right here to my live. So that's an opportunity too. I did not put that link in this post for some reason. I forgot to do it. So I will put it in the comments before I sign off here. So if you want to look at my link tree and explore that, one of them there is my mailing list, and feel free to join that. I don't send out a ton of spam and a ton of mail. I send out when I'm doing a live broadcast, and maybe if something I think you might be interested in looking at, I'll send. So that's where that's at. So it's a new year, huh? I'm excited because it's like it seems like every year we leave behind lately has been like good riddance. We're moving on. But I think 2021 was a pretty good year. For me, and I think for a lot of people, sort of got to focus and got tired of all the false media and all the stuff that's clogging up your mind and sort of forced us to kind of return to ourselves. And that's a little bit more what I wanted to talk about today. Um, so the title of this video is experiencing your life through the I am. Now, what's the I am? Well, that's the term that we use to refer to our authentic selves. And I know you hear that term a lot. I've heard it a lot. And for a long time, didn't really understand what that meant, authentic self. It's that self that you carry around, you've carried around with you since you were a kid. Do you ever get to someone, and I don't know how many of you are my age or in the elder generation, but a lot of times you'll go, geez, I really inside don't feel any different than when I was in high school. And that is your authentic self because you really inside are no different than you were in high school. And I want to separate this from what we see as uh, our experiences and our feelings and our thoughts and our perceptions and our opinions and our beliefs. This is all stuff that appears on this I am self that you are. So think of it. I know I was listening to Rupert Spiro, and he has a really good analogy for this. He was talking about how you think of your I am, your authentic self, as a screen, and everything else that goes on in your life, all appearances, opinions, all the functions, and all the stuff are that movie on that screen. So without the screen, which is your pure consciousness, there would be no movie, right? There would be nothing on the screen, no thoughts, no feelings, no perceptions, no events. But because you have that screen, it's right there for you to see. Now, without any of that stuff, is the screen still there? Yeah, yeah. It just only is going to project what you put on it. So if I'm thinking about something that something maybe is not good for me or makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm projecting that on that screen. Now I can live that, and I can start thinking that that's me, right? That part is me, when in fact it's just a projection that I put on the screen. The me part, the authentic self part, the screen doesn't change. It just is there and it exists, and it didn't get born, and it's not going to die, and it's going to go on through time and through different existences. And what you put on that screen, that's where your freedom is. What do I want to have on that screen? You know, a lot of people feel they don't have a lot of control in life, and they feel like they're getting bounced around a lot. And I think that's just a matter of two things. One is, what do you perceive and what do you consider getting bounced around? Oh, this person treated me mean, or is it the traffic is awful, or what are you getting bounced around by? The truth is, this is all on the screen. Some of it you have control over, some of it you don't. What you do have control over is recognizing that the I am, the authentic self, is not going to be it's not going to be affected by the traffic. It's not going to be affected by what anybody says or thinks. Um, we all have the ability to live and experience through our I am, rather than through our the actual film that's going on. You don't want to react to everything. You go see a movie, if you react to everything that's on that screen, you're going to be all over the place. It's a big picture. You have to focus down. You have to recognize that, hey, look what I'm viewing through this, and don't think, oh, I've got to control what's on the screen. You don't need to control what's on the screen, because it's not going to affect your inner self. It's not going to affect who you really are, unless you allow it. If you allow it to affect yourself, yourself will still remain self and unblemished. But you'll start thinking in terms of, oh, that's me, and that's my mind, and that feeling is me. I'm determining things from my own feelings and thoughts and opinions and perceptions. Well, that's a misnomer, because you're seeing those things, but remember, they are not the you. So if we live in terms of knowing that we have a center, and knowing that we have an authentic self that is not moved by anything, and doesn't need anything, doesn't want anything, and it just is a consciousness that will perceive. You will learn, and you will grow, and you'll start working and living through that, rather than through all the ancillary stuff. Now, does that mean you're never going to get triggered? Nothing's ever going to happen that's going to sort of throw you off? No. But remember, as I said in other videos, triggers are about the best thing for you, because they remind you that you have stuff that's still lingering there that you want to address. If you're triggered, it's generally an ego thing. And if it's an ego thing, then you think, well, why am I associating this beautiful divine center that I have, that's my connection to the divine, my connection to the universe? Why am I letting my little ego affect or spoil anything there? Well, you're really not. But recognize that that thought and that trigger is not you either. It's something appearing on the screen. and you look at it and you go, wow, look at that. That's something I have not addressed. Why do I still have a little ringing ego in there? Or why do I still have a little, something that can bother me so easily? So, and like I say, it's just a learning process. It's not good or bad. Don't beat yourself up over anything that, we all get knocked off our little spiritual paths now and then, but there's a reason for that. We should, because as you well know, if life was just simply comfortable, beautiful, and blissful in every moment, you'd get bored with it pretty quick. You'd be looking for trouble. You know, there's some spiritual teachers that say, "Oh, you gotta have a little bad in you, man. You gotta have a little roughness in you because uh, in order to see the good, you need to see the bad. In order to see the yin, you need to see the yang." So, two sides of the same coin. There would be no white if there wasn't black. You have to have some contrast. You have to see that. And remember, it's on your screen. It's not you. It's just being projected on your screen. So that's something that occurred to me and I wanted to bring up and I thought might be useful talking about. Um, I didn't have anything else really planned for today. I just wanted to get back and start doing more lives. This is the first time I've been able to do so since Christmas, and like I said, I'm really happy for the new year. I would like to encourage you guys, if you drop any comments in this video after it ends, of things that if you would like to talk about in terms of live broadcasts. The beauty of live is that it's not, I don't just have to get up here and pontificate. You guys can bring up things, you can make suggestions, you can tell me some of the things that you're struggling with that you'd like to explore more deeply, and we'll talk about those things. A couple people on right now, if there's anything that you want to contribute or you want to ask about, or a topic you might want to look to see in the future, I would be happy to put that in my next live video. And like I say, I'm better now. I'm going to be doing these a lot more frequently. So let's see. Okay. All right. So hey, welcome to 2022. Somebody commented wishing me good health and a good year, and thank you so much for those comments. And also, let's keep in mind, let's make it a good year. Let's remember that we have the ability and the wherewithal to change our lives in terms of how we react and relate to things. If you are acting from that center, and you recognize in all circumstances that I am that divine peace, I am that thing that doesn't change, I am that person from high school, I am that 5-year-old little kid. If you recognize that and you live from that, then you observe and you experience and you contribute, and spend your time on your passions, spend your time on the things that you really love to do. uh, um, so that's how we make it a good year. So next year we look back and say, yeah, that was satisfying, we made some progress, we're going to continue doing so. And that's my 2 cents. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me, whoever joined me. And like I said, this video will still stay up and be posted, and feel free to put comments in there. I will type in a little comment here that you can read later. This is my Linktree link, and Linktree is weird. It's like linktr / path of ascension. If you go to that link, um, it has all my websites and stuff, and including my mailing list if you'd like to be notified like a day ahead when I'm going to do a live feed. So, all right. Thanks so much. Hey, let's have a great new year. Let's make it a great new year by making a great now and living within our I am self.